We're celebrating. Okay, I bought something. It was very expensive and it's something that I've been waiting for to purchase for a long time or to get for a long time. But in today's video, I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. We're gonna do an unboxing and some initial thoughts on this camera here that we're getting. Since I'm celebrating, I'm drinking a low-calorie beer because summer's approaching. So since I've gone full-time with my video production company, I really wanted a dedicated cinema camera. There's a couple different reasons for this, but when I first purchased this camera, the Sony a7R Mark III in 2018, I bought it mostly for video, but it's really a photography camera and it's designed to take pictures first and then video second. It has a lot of amazing video features, but there's a lot of things missing in it that I really wanted from a camera. And I'm gonna talk about these features a little bit and why, I wanted a dedicated cinema camera. Now, obviously the form factor is a big one. That's something I can get over because it's really nice having a small camera body if you're traveling, but built-in ND filters. So when you're shooting video, you want those sunglasses over that camera so that you could block out the sun and get a nice shallow depth of field while keeping your shutter speed at the 180 rule. I did a whole video on that if you're interested. But yeah, I just wanted something that was a little bit better when it came to video. So I wanted 10-bit color, I wanted 422, I wanted 4K in almost every frame rate without any cropping. So yeah, I really just wanted some features in a camera that were video oriented, and I wanted a full frame camera. I didn't want a Super 35 camera. So the only camera that really had all these things was the Canon C300 Mark II, but it was Super 35, and it was like, I don't know how much money it is, like $13,000, $15,000. It was crazy. I was like, I'm never gonna be able to afford this. That is ridiculous, plus it's Canon, so why would I want that thing? I don't want a Canon camera. So yeah, I've been looking, and Sony finally released the FX6 in the summer, and I looked at it and I was like, this is literally the perfect camera. I posted a picture on my Instagram story saying, holy shit, this is the perfect camera for me. This is everything I've ever wanted in a camera. So Sony posted this camera and I was like, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for forever. And then I saw the price tag and it was $8,000. This is a lot of money, but for a cinema camera, it's actually really good value for what you get out of it. Now, yes, it's pretty much just an A7S II in a cine body, but I don't care because the A7S III. The A7S III is an amazing camera, so what's wrong with that? Now, they did release the FX3, which is pretty much a very similar camera, other than you don't get time code, you don't get some professional features that I probably won't use, to be honest with you. What I'm looking for is those built-in ND filters. Those are the major reason that I want this thing. Easy use, I don't have to build it up, I don't have to put a camera cage on it anymore. How awesome is that? We're gonna get this camera tomorrow. This is the night before. Me and Bubbles are really excited. If you don't know Bubbles, she's camera shy. Oh, what are you doing, Bubbles? Come on. She doesn't love being picked up. She's also pretty thick. Bubbles has had some babies. Fostering Bubbles. She lives up north and she came in to get spayed. Not too happy with me right now because she doesn't know why this light's out and what's going on, and she's shaking. Hey, hi honey. But I only have her till Monday, so she's been a really nice addition to the office. Let's wait for this camera. Hopefully it comes tomorrow. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be extremely sad and cry. All right, so Canada Post did come today to deliver me. So apparently the store that I ordered it from sent it to be delivered to a Canada Post location, not my house, which I don't understand, maybe because it's a really expensive item, but there's no difference between it being delivered there at my house when I'm just waiting all day for it. It's really ruined my day. It's here, I got it. They called me right as I was about to make chicken fingers, and we are gonna unbox this thing. This is super unplanned. I've watched like one unboxing of it, so I have a rough idea of what's in it, but I have been waiting my whole filmmaking career to be able to afford and utilize a camera like this for my own films, etc. So let's just get into this. Super uncut, raw, unfiltered unboxing everybody was waiting for. There we go. That would have made way more sense. Thank you for ordering from the camera stores, blah, 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 14-day return policy. Product has been inspected. So I think with cinema cameras like this, a lot of the times the products will be inspected by somebody. That's how you know it's legit for professional use. This makes me a professional, right? Because, it says professional use. Here goes nothing. Let's open it. Okay, so we got some cables. This looks like USB to USB-C. This is the handle. So I don't know where this plugs in. I've seen videos of it before. Oh, it's weird when you watch a ton of videos on something and then you finally, you order one, you get it yourself, and it's in your, I'm being dramatic, but Very cool. Very nice handle. It's got a release on it. It's got the Rosetta mount. You have your record functions and a toggle function. It's a little tight on me, but this is very cool. I'm excited to have that handle grip built into the camera. I used to rig up my camera to have that as well. You have some type of battery adapter converter thing. You got the BPU35. I'm gonna have to get a bigger one of those. This is the little monitor mount that goes on top of the monitor for the camera. This is the BPU charger. You got a bunch of boring stuff that I will never read. This talks about Catalyst Browse. I downloaded that earlier today. So that's exciting to be able to use the gyro data in this camera for Catalyst Browse, because Catalyst Browse basically lets you look through, I forget what the codec is, the files. They're not like regular files that you can just view on your computer. You need MX files, I think is what they're called. You need to use Catalyst Browse to actually view those. And here's a monitor. Okay, it's a monitor, it's there. It's a little small. Like if we compare this to my Shinobi, it's about half the size, literally. So we'll see what I use, but it's nice, it looks cool. I like the details on it. I don't know why I still have this here. Now I think this is gonna be the top handle, which houses our XLR ports. Boom, boom, boom. That's nice. So it has these little spring-loaded, I think they're 1/4 screws. Screw into the top there. You have a placement for a shotgun microphone, and you have the XLR ports. You got a record button, another toggle wheel for menus, bunch of stuff, some custom function buttons, which is pretty cool. This is weird. Here it is. I haven't seen one of these in person, so I'm kind of like, I don't know what it's gonna be like. Okay. Also, I'm just gonna mention it's Friday, and I just got my dream camera, so. You know, kind of like a celebration. All right. Oh my, it's tiny. Here it is. It's light. You hear that? There's some springs in there doing something. Oh my, it's like a little baby. It's way smaller than, like I've seen pictures of it. I've seen a ton of stuff on, I don't know what this is for. I've seen a ton of stuff on this camera. It feels way smaller than what I would have thought. But let's get a cheeky little peek at that sensor. Peek at that bad boy. Oh my. Oh God, it's beautiful. I'm such a fucking nerd. It's awesome. The majority, or the main reason that I really purchased this at the end of the day, and why this was what I wanted over the A7S III or the FX3, is those built-in NDs. So it's gonna be interesting using an actual cinema camera body and learning that, because I've obviously never used one before, and I have no clue what I'm doing. So I have the FX6 here. I've had this camera for about a week now. I received it last Friday. It is now the next Thursday. And this camera is something else. I really like it. I just want to give you a quick rundown of kind of my initial impression from the first week. And then I think in about a month or 2 weeks, I'm gonna do a full overview of the camera, my thoughts on it, my thoughts on switching from mirrorless. I love this camera. I think it's amazing. I'm a little scared by it. And by scared by it, I mean, it's a big learning difference from a mirrorless camera like this. Now, for example, I'm trying to properly learn how to expose S-Log3. Now, S-Log3 isn't something I've worked with much in the past, and it's a lot harder to expose when you can't monitor Rec 709 or a different LUT, and you have to just monitor S-Log3, which you kind of have to in the custom menu. In Cine EI mode, you don't have to, but then you gotta learn how to use Cine EI and how to use exposure indexes. So there's a lot of different complicating things there that is just a huge step from coming from a mirrorless camera. That being said, when you get it right, this picture is unbelievable. The dynamic range, the flexibility in post, the 10-bit color, the auto NDs, the ergonomics, everything feels amazing. It's the perfect camera. It's just gonna take a long time for me to learn. I don't wanna go too much into depth about everything in this camera. I just wanna, those are my initial thoughts on it. Monitor, decent, don't love it. I might be using a different monitor on it. Handle, amazing. Top handle, amazing. Great for different low slung shots. That being said, I wish that the body itself had XLR cables or just a 3.5mm audio jack so I could plug like a Rode VideoMic NTG in here, something like that. That would make this camera a lot better, but aside from those, I love the camera. Menu system, it sucks, but you get used to it. It's not something you really need to complain about. The amount of programmable buttons on the camera itself kind of makes it so you don't need to really like learn the menu system too much. You don't need to know exactly where everything is if you nail it down, and it just comes with practice and time. So I'm trying to use this camera as much as possible. I love it, it's great. And stick around if you want to see a review on the camera coming up soon. I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting lately on the channel. Yeah, if you want to see more Sony, more FX6 content, subscribe for more. Like the video because it helps with the algorithm, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.